All right. The cheating epidemic inside Destiny 2 has gotten so bad that 1 in every 27 Trials of Osiris games has a cheater in it. That is how bad it's gotten currently inside Destiny 2. We have this report here that comes to us from a new account that's been reporting on the cheating situation. It's called D2 Hacking Report, and we're going to break down how they get their information, just how accurate they are, and I do have an interview with them planned very soon because they're getting a lot of attention on Twitter as they're giving us all this different information of what's going on. So they have 1 in 27 Trials of Osiris games have a cheater in them, which is pretty crazy when you think about it, because you have to win 7 games in order to make it to the lighthouse. Now, let alone you might try to make the lighthouse multiple times. And also, this is just an average of the games. Like your personal experience, you could match a cheater every 3 or 4 games. You know, you could be the outlier, that person that matches way too many of them. You never know. This is just what they found from their studies and from their research that they did with the API in Destiny 2. So we have Separate responding saying, I don't know how you would pull this information, but honestly, it sounds accurate, so I'm here for it. Obviously, this is kind of the issue, is like, is this all made up? They have step 1, find as many cheaters as possible, and we're going to go over exactly how they find the cheaters because they actually have a really interesting method. Step 2, which is find how many games they played in a given weekend, which is important because then you can see how many games had a cheater in it. And the weird part about this is that the cheaters play like hundreds of games every weekend. Like you'll have an account that's like hard cheating and has done like 300 games. They'll be on like a 300 win streak somehow, and the anti-cheat hasn't gotten them yet, which is why they actually have in their bio here, which says better than BattleEye, which honestly I agree with it because anything's better than BattleEye. Step 3 is find how many games all players played in a given weekend, so you can compare all the games that were played versus the games that cheaters played in and how many they played in. And then you have step 4, account for the fact that there were cheaters you missed at least 10%. And then step 5 is math. So the accounting for how many cheaters you missed might be a little bit of a stretch. I would be curious to see how they calculated that out to being 10% in general, because, you know, it could be anything overall. But here we go. We got the D2 hacking report. So here's how they actually find these cheaters. We have heavy weapon kills exceeding the threshold. So if you notice that inside Destiny 2, the cheaters will spawn in and they'll have infinite heavy ammo, meaning they run around shooting machine guns at you or rockets or whatever it may be on round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or however many rounds there are, right? Well, normally in Trials of Osiris, there's just 1 heavy round in total. So the maximum number of kills you would even get with that heavy would be maybe 3, or maybe they revive someone, so maybe you get 4 kills with heavy. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a clip where someone even got all 3 kills with the heavy in Trials, let alone 4 kills in 1 given round inside Trials. It's going to be extremely difficult because they don't give you like maximum heavy when you grab that brick that round as well. So you're just not going to get that many heavy kills. So we have people here that says total kills 12 heavy kills, and then they can track them using the API. So they got the Destiny tracker URL linking them to their account, so you can see that they got that. You got total kills 5, total kills 13, 9, 8, 9, 12, 10, 5, 5, 5, and 8. So these are all the numbers that would give you a clear inclination that they're more than likely cheating. Now, what you can also do on top of this, if you're just going to say, well, you know, case closed, this guy got 5 kills with heavy, he's a cheater, he should be banned immediately. Well, you can actually just go look up the URL itself and go see that they have, you know, on top of that 100% headshot accuracy, probably flying around the map, you know, all blue armor, all blue weapons type of deal, right? And yet they still have a 150 win streak type of thing. So this is not necessarily the smoking gun, like the guaranteed they're cheaters. This is just like a really huge red flag, and then it only takes a little bit of more research to figure out if they're a cheater, and more than likely they all are, and they're not getting banned nearly as fast as they should be. On top of that, we have super kills exceeding threshold, which if you haven't seen the fun and the joy of cheaters inside Trials, they run around with infinite missiles, which is the ones that I've matched against all the time, infinite Nova bombs, things like that, and so they can pop way too many supers and get way too many super kills. Now, ordinarily in a game of Trials, if it plays itself out, you may get a few super pops, but usually you're not going to be popping your super, you know, 2, 3, 4 times, right? Like that would be kind of ridiculous. You can feel free to let me know how many times you pop your super on average in a Trials match. myself, it tends to be like one super a game at most, maybe two if it's like a crazy game with like some tied rounds or something. I don't know. But we got total super kills, 9 kills from this individual, 6, 11, 14, 8, 12, and 5, which again hits that huge red flag threshold so that you can then go do the research on their account. And on their account, you're going to find that they are doing other things that really increase the success or likelihood that they're cheating rather. Then we have grenade kills exceeding thresholds. So something that the cheaters do now to offset their stats is they get super kills, they get some heavy kills, and they also get an excessive amount of grenade kills. For some reason, they can like throw grenades or put grenades on you when they're on the other side of the map. So they put like a solar grenade on you or a vortex grenade on you and it kills you. And so normally in a match though, you are not going to get that many grenade kills. Like it's just not possible. Even if you have 100 discipline, even if you have the craziest discipline build inside a Trials of Osiris match, you're just not going to get 10 grenade kills. 10? Show me a clip, show me a game where anyone legitimately got 10 grenade kills in the current meta, and I would be astonished, right? And again, this is just the inclination that lets us know that these guys are more than likely cheating, and we continue to do the research afterwards. So this is actually really good data, really good information, stuff that Bungie doesn't use well enough to ban people as they should. They really should pick up on that. On top of that, they're able to give us a bunch of really funny data, which is they're able to track down which content creators, which people out there have been matching the most cheaters. So you have Terror faces the most cheaters among all the creators. So many people out there. This is all the different, they were able to pull all the information or track it all down rather. And then on top of that, they're continuing to build their systems, which is why I'm finding their account to be very interesting, and I'm excited to see kind of where they're going with it. They have here's a new category of cheaters from last week: matchmaking manipulators. This category should have fewer false positives than the precision accuracy ones, which is being improved. And so obviously there's people who are manipulating matches, and you're able to figure this out because of the match times that they have. Like for example, if you load into a match and it says your match was completed after 10 seconds again and again and again and again, well, you're manipulating matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way that you're going to, maybe the enemy team backs out once in a while, right? Or maybe a couple times within an hour span of playing. But if every single game you match, you go on a consecutive streak of winning after 10 seconds, because we can track this in the API, you're more than likely manipulating the matchmaking and doing, you know, booting people offline or net limiting or whatever it may be. Like there's various different ways that you can manipulate the matchmaking. So I'm not sure the exact parameters that they're searching for with this, but this is something that they're investigating, and I'm encouraging them to find and do everything they can. They actually had a post where someone asked them about, can you detect Cronus Zen and Zim cheaters, which I thought was interesting because I wanted to see what their approach would be. And obviously there's no way to understand what input device people are using in the game. All of that information is on Bungie's side. It's not inside the API accessible to the public, right? So there's no way to know how many people are cheating on console using Cronus Zen or Zims, which would obviously increase these matches really, really high, which is why I'm saying that not only is there 1 in 27 a really conservative estimation, it's probably more likely like 1 in 10, or if not more at this point in time, because one, the majority of the cheaters in the game are going to be on PC, and this information is pulled from PC and both console platforms. So obviously on PC it's going to be more like 1 in 10 versus cheaters, and then on the console platforms there's an input device like a Cronus Zen or Cronus Zim that's a cheating device that can't even be detected. So that's going to also increase that poll or that average, right? So in my opinion, you basically can't go to the lighthouse at this point in time without matching a cheater in some capacity in this game. So that's where we're at. Let me know what you think about this information down in the comments below. It's a crazy time to be jumping into some trials, but some people are doing that, you know, it's content. So let me know what you think, and that's a wrap. Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.